Okay. Hello students, today we will study one more important topic of electrostatics. Electrostatics, today we will study Coulomb's law. Okay, Coulomb's law is basically is proposed to define the force between two charges. Like force between two masses is given by Newton's gravitational law. Other type, the force between two charges is given by Coulomb's law. Suppose if there are two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by some distance, r, then what is the force between these two charges? Since these two charges are positive, the force will be repulsion. If like charges are there, repulsion. Unlike charges, attractive force. That force is commonly known as electrostatic force, or it is also called as Coulomb's force. See how the law defines the force. Like for example, E type m1 is the mass, m2 is another mass. Like gravitational force directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ದಾಗ ಓದಿವಿ. ಅದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಲಾ ಅದ. ಇದು ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಲಾ ಅದ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ here the force is called as electrostatic force. It is called electrostatic force. So gravitational force is always attractive force. Electrostatic force ಇರಬಹುದು attractive ಇರಬಹುದು repulsive ಇರಬಹುದು. ಅಸಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. According to this law, see the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between two stationary point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitudes of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between two charges. Suppose add charge from Q1 Q2. The electrostatic force may be attractive or repulsive. That force is directly proportional to product of magnitude of the charges. Product of magnitude of the charges. Simply Q1 Q2 ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು magnitude ಅನ್ಬೋದು. Magnitude is directly proportional to product of magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to another square of the distance between them. So this is basically according to the statement of Coulomb's. Likewise, suppose now Newton's law of gravitation ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ proportionality constant g ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದವಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು proportionality constant ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Or this will be is equal to F is equal to a proportionality constant into q1 q2 divided by r square, where k is proportionality constant. K is proportionality constant. This is the statement. See, the force may be attractive or repulsive. The force is directly proportional to product of magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance. K andre ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನ? K is proportionality constant. Okay. Make a note of this statement and write back what is K. Video pause ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. This is a complete statement. 2 marks ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 marks ಕೇಳಿ 2 marks ಕೇಳಿ ಯಾವುದು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಲಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, then force in a equation. Proportionality constant hang define ಮಾಡಿ. Suppose ಇದು proportionality constant ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ what is the value of proportionality constant? F is equal to ಏನದ? F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 multiplied by R square, where Q1 and Q2 are the magnitudes ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ K ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? K is equal to ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? F R square divided by Q1 into Q2 ಆಯ್ತಾ? Q1 into Q2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಲಮ್. ಕೂಲಮ್ ಇಂಟು ಕೂಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೂಲಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಸೊ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಕೂಲಮ್ minus 2 per ಕೂಲಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ದೆನ್ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನದ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಲಾ and what is the difference between the proportionality constant in electrostatic Coulomb's law? Coulomb's law ಒಳಗ k value ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. k value, the value of k ಏನದ? it depends on two factors. Value of k ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಲಾದನ್ನ F is equal to G into m1 m2 divided by r square ಅಂತ ಏನು ಓದಿದೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು G ಏನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೇವ ನಾವು? G was called as universal gravitational constant. That means it is same for every pair of objects. That is universal gravitational constant. ಇಲ್ಲಿ G is not universal. ಇದು K is not universal. K ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ K depends on nature of the medium between two charges. ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ K. What is the nature of the medium between these two charges? ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ K also depends on system of units adopted. ನಾ ಯಾವ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ದಾಗ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀನಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಬಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್. ಸರಿ, ಕೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಜಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರೋದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ ಎಸ್ ಐ ಯೂನಿಟ್ we have the value of k as k is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 with the units ಏನದ? ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಕೂಲಮ್ minus 2. Then this is the value and this is also written as, or k ನಾವು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೀತೀವಿ, k is equal to in terms of one more constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. See, this is ಇದೇನದ? Epsilon. This is called epsilon. In 0 ಇದ್ರೆ epsilon naught. So k is depending on one more quantity. K ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್? What is epsilon naught here? Epsilon naught ಈಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ epsilon naught is called as electrical permittivity of free space. Electrical permittivity of free space, or it is vacuum free space. Electrical permittivity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಾಮು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೆ ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಅದ, electrical permittivity of free space or it is closely equal to the permittivity of air. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇವೆರಡು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನಡುವರ್ಕ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇವೆರಡು ನಡುವರ್ಕ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅದ, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅದ, ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅದ, ವಾಟರ್ ಅದ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ the space between these two charges is occupied by any other medium, ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲ k is equal to 1 by 4 pi a ಬರಲೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅದ ಅದರದ್ದು ಪರ್ಮಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್? ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ permittivity of free space. Suppose if there is a medium, then we will write permittivity of that medium. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ K ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಅದ? K depends on permittivity of the medium existing between the two charges. K depends on the medium, but force depends on K. That means force also depends on the medium between two charges that exist between two charges. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ K value ಇಲ್ಲಿ universal ಇಲ್ಲ. K value is not universal because K value depends on the medium that exists between two charges. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಈಗ ನಾ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರೆದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಇನ್ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಇನ್ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, if the charges are separated by r distance, if the charges are separated by r distance, then we will define Coulomb's law. We will write Coulomb's law as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ k depends on the nature of the medium. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. This equation will use only when ಯಾವಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದು? when air medium exists between two charges. See, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. The system of charge define ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we'll see the value of k in other units. SI unit ದಾಗ k is equal to ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we can also write it as 9 into 10 raised to 9. K value in SI unit. In SI unit, what is the value of K? K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Sorry, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, or it is also equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. What is the unit? Newton meter square per coulomb square. In that K value, this will be the value of K only in which unit? SI unit. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲಾದ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಏರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟೂ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್. ಈಗ ಇದು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? units and dimensions of epsilon naught. Units and dimensions of epsilon naught. ಈಗ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವ ಬರ್ತವೆ? ಚಾರ್ಜ್ is one quantity, distance is another quantity, force is another quantity. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ದಾಗ ಓದಿದೆವು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನದ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನದ, ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನದ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಮಗೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್? mlt-2. What is the dimension of distance? The distance dimension is L. What is the dimension of charge? See, current is equal to another charge by time. Current is equal to charge by time. Charge is equal to current into time. So charge is equal to current into time. Current andre another what is ampere. SI current ಗೆ SI unit nu ampere ada, dimension nu ampere ada. This is A, then time dimension is T. Then what is the dimension of charge? A into T in a separate layer. What are the units of epsilon naught? Units of epsilon naught ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? Epsilon naught ಏನದ? Electrical permittivity of free space. What is electrical permittivity? That we will discuss in detail in the next video. Epsilon naught ಹೆಸರು ಏನದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ ನೀವು. What is epsilon naught? It is electrical permittivity of free space. ಈಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ? 1 divided by 4 pi. ಇದು ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ತೋರಿ 4 ಸಿಕೆಂಡ್ 1 ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು q1 q2 divided by r square. Then what is epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is equal to 1 by 4 pi ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಂಬರ್ ಅದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. This will be 1 by Newton into coulomb divided by meter square. This will be coulombs are ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೆಯೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ coulomb square per Newton per meter square. This is the unit of epsilon naught. Then you can write dimension also. What is the dimension of epsilon naught? Dimensions of epsilon naught ಬರಿಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀ. Suppose ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. Epsilon naught I can express as ನಂಬರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ನಂಬರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ q1 q2 divided by fr square ಅದ. ಇದು fr square ಅದ. What is q1 q2? q1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? at, q2 ಮತ್ತು at ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ a square t square ಆಯ್ತು divided by what is the dimension of force? ml t minus 2 r square ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ again distance square, it will be again l square. Then what will be this? m ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ ತಗೋರಿ, m minus 1 ಆಯ್ತು, l to the power 1, l to the power 2, l to the power minus 3. Then what will be the power of a t? ಇದು t minus 2 ಅದ, minus 2 ಮ್ಯಾಗ plus 2 ಆಯ್ತು, t raised to 4 ಆಯ್ತು. Then I will write a square. This is the dimension of epsilon naught. Okay, note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What are the units of epsilon naught and what is the dimension of epsilon naught? Then what is the constant value of epsilon naught? Value of epsilon naught ಅದ, ಇದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 with the units c square per Newton per meter square. This is the value of epsilon naught. Remember how to take the units, dimensions and value. What is epsilon naught? Other than electrical permittivity of free space or air. Okay, note all these things. Then how to define the unit of charge? Again, different units of charge ನೋಡೋಣ. Different units of charge. What is the CGS unit of charge? What is the SI unit of charge? Here. Units of charge. You know already we know what is the unit of charge. Unit of charge is coulomb. How to define it you see. ಈ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನದ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂದಾಗ 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. What I will do is I will take two similar charge. ಇದನ್ನು q ತಗೋತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನು q ತಗೋತೀನಿ. Two similar charge. Then I will write this distance as 1 meter. Distance is 1 meter. And I will place them in free space or vacuum. Vacuum negative, free space. Then how to define 1 coulomb? R is equal to 1 meter ಹಾಕ್ದಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಇದರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ? 9 into 10 raised to 9. ಈಗ ನಾ q is equal to ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ q is equal to 1 coulomb ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ q is equal to 1 coulomb. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 1 coulomb ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇವನು 1. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ 1/4πε0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟದ 1/4πε0 is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 ಅದ with the units, with its units. What is its units? That is k units, fr square divided by q1 q2, Newton meter square per coulomb square. ಇಷ್ಟು ಅದ. then f will be equal to 1/4πε0. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿನಿ, q square divided by this is 9 into 10 raised to 9. ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡೀನಿ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ 1 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ q ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಟು 9 into 10 raised to 9 is equal to f ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ನಾ q is equal to 1 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ, q square is equal to 1 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ f ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ? if I say f is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್, ಇದು ಬಿ 9 into 10 raised to 9 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಅವಾಗ q ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತದ? ಇಲ್ಲೂ 9 into 10 raised to 9 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್, 9 into 10 raised to 9 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ q is equal to q square is equal to ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? 1, or q will be equal to plus or minus 1. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? 1 ಕೂಲೂಮ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, 1 ಕೂಲೂಮ್. then what does it mean? ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, suppose if two equal and similar charges are placed in air, are placed in vacuum, then if the force between these two charges will be equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton, force 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton ಆಯ್ತಂತಂದ್ರ ಇದು ಚಾರ್ಜಿಗೂ ನಾವು 1 ಕೂಲೂಮ್ ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಇದು ಚಾರ್ಜಿಗೂ ನಾವು 1 ಕೂಲೂಮ್ ಅಂತೀನಿ. when I say that these two charges will be equal to 1 coulomb because both are similar charges. So when I say that both are equal to 1 coulomb, when the force between them is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton and they are placed at a distance of 1 meter, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ದಾಗ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಾಗ or free space or in air, then how will you define 1 coulomb? Define 1 coulomb ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ if two equal and similar charges placed in air or vacuum at a distance of 1 meter, complete barbell, at a distance of 1 meter, placed in air at a distance of 1 meter, repel, if they are unlike, attract also, repel each other, na similar and equal and similar antoni, repel each other with a force of 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton, then each charge is said to be 1 coulomb or 1 SI unit. So when we say that these two charges will be equal to 1 coulomb, when they are placed in vacuum at a distance of 1 meter, then if they are repelling with a force of 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton, then we say that these two charges equal to 1 coulomb. Okay? Then each charge is said to be 1 coulomb. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? ಇದು 1 coulomb in definition. What is 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb is SI unit of charge. or ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು equivalent similar ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದೇವು. equivalent opposite ಇದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ, they will attract each other. Two equal charges when placed in air at a distance of 1 meter, if they repel or attract with a force of 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton, then we say that each charge is equal to 1 coulomb. Okay. So what is SI unit? SI unit andre ಏನು? This coulomb, symbol is capital C. There is one more unit of charge is there in CGS system. CGS system naga charge in unit ಹೆಸರು ಏನದ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we call it as electrostatic unit. Electrostatic unit, or symbolically it is written like this, ESQ. One ESQ means it is one unit of charge in CGS system. What is the relation between 1 coulomb and 1 ESQ is 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESQ. 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESQ. See, in the beginning I told you, suppose for example, ಈಗ ನಾವು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟದ? ಇನ್ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್, in SI unit K is equal to ಎಷ್ಟದ? 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೈ ಬರೆಯೋದು divided by coulomb square. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಯೂನಿಟ್? this is the value in SI unit. Suppose if I change the unit into SI to CGS ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. In CGS unit if I want to convert it, in CGS unit, ಈ CGS unit ದಾಗ K is equal to ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ. SI unit ದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ, 9 into 10 raised to 9. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. CGS ಮಾಡಿ. CGS ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಾಗ ಈಗ SI ಮತ್ತು CGS ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದ ನಾವು. 1 Newton force is equal to, in first year we learned 1 Newton force is equal to how much? 10 raised to 5 dyne. Then 1 meter is 10 square centimeter. Then 1 coulomb is equal to, CGS unit daga ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ ನೋಡಿ. CGS unit daga 3 into 10 raised to 9 ESQ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಾಗಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ. ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಜಾಗದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು? 10 raised to 5 dyne ಬರೆಯೋಣ. Into meter square ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? 1 meter 10 square centimeter. 10 square centimeter. It is meter. Meter bag square ಅದ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ? Divided by coulomb ಅಂದ್ರೆ coulomb square. Coulomb square ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ನ CGS ನ ಹಾಕೋದು. 3 into 10 raised to 9 ESU whole square. So all the SI units are replaced by CGS. Then value of K will be equal to, see how much it is this? 9 into 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power 4, 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 9. This will be 10 to the power 18 divided by, this is 3 square 9 into 10 to the power 9 whole square. 10 to the power unit. What is the units? Dyne centimeter square. Then divided by ESU square. Electrostatic unit. Then what is K is equal to? This will be cancelled. It is 1 dyne centimeter square ESU per square. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು? CGS ಯೂನಿಟ್ ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ದಾಗ ಇದರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಡಿಫೈನ್. ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ, then K value depends on the medium. So therefore K value depends on the nature of the medium, and K value also depends on which system of unit we are adopting. Suppose if we are calculating all these things in CGS unit, K is taken as 1. In SI unit, what is K? 9 into 10 raised to 9 units. Okay? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? Other than this, there is one more unit of charge, which is nothing but ಇನ್ನೊಂದು unit ಅದ. Another unit of charge is EMU1, electromagnetic unit. Electromagnetic unit. Electromagnetic unit ಅಂದರೆ it is bigger than 1 coulomb. 1 EMU will be equal to 10 coulombs. Just the bigger unit. So basically 3 units. ಇದು SI unit ಅದ, ಇದು CGS unit ಅದ. ನೀವು ಎರಡು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Electromagnetic unit means 1 EMU is equal to 10 coulombs. These are the different units of charge. Okay? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತದ ನಮಗೆ? K ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. K depends on proportionality constant, depends on nature of the medium, and proportionality constant value also depends on the nature of system of units adopted. Now ಏನು ಬಿ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ K ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಏರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ಸ್ ನೇ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. K is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught ಅಲ್ಲ, it is for only air medium. Epsilon naught ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, now we will study one more what is Coulomb's law in vector form. Relative permittivity, what happens to the force if other medium other than air, suppose if some other medium is there, then what will be the effect of that medium on the force, that we'll discuss the next class. Suppose ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, we'll study some important properties of Coulomb's force. It is electrostatic force. Electrostatic force ಅನ್ನೋದೇ Coulomb's force ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಈಗ ಒಂದೊಳಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆವು. Coulomb's law or Coulomb's force obeys ಯಾವ law obey ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದು? Inverse square law. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, then we say that it obeys inverse square law. Then one more property, Coulomb's force is central force. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕಂತ ಯಾರಿಗಂತ ಎಂತ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗಂತ ನೋಡಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ Q1 another charge Q2, Q1 will be since both are positive, Q1 will be repelling Q2 in this direction, then Q2 will be repelling Q1 in this direction. ಇದು Q2 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, Q1 ಗೆ ರಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Q1 ರಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ದ ರಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. That means both the charges are exerting force on each other. This is exerting force on 2 and 2 is exerting force on 1. But the force egade act agutte ನೋಡಿ. Force will be always acting along the line joining the two charges. Force will be always acting along the line joining the two charges. ಅಂತ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ force acts along the line joining two charges. Okay, then it follows inverse square law. It is a central force. Then the force depends on medium present between two charges, whereas in gravitational force it is not, gravitational force is not depending on the medium, but this force depends on the medium. One more important property of this force is Coulomb's law. Coulomb's force is, or electrostatic force, not बोल is a conservative force. Coulomb's force is a conservative force. Conservative force या force के अंदर जानो. Suppose if work is done against any force, if that work done is independent of the path followed, but depends only on the initial and final position. Suppose if you are doing work against electrostatic force, if that work is not depending on the path followed, see, work done against electrostatic force does not depend on path followed. It depends on the initial and final position. See, if work done against any force or by any force, gravitational force is also a conservative force. Suppose for example, ಈಗ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನೋಡು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಅದ on the surface of earth to a height, this is h. If I take this mass m from this point to this point, then we studied in the first year what is work done. Work done is mgh, force into distance or height covered. It is independent of the path ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು. You suppose ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಯ್ರಿ ಅವಾಗನು work done mgh ಅದ. Suppose if we carry this mass like this, then also we say that force is mgh, work done is mgh. If you carry it like this, then also force is mgh. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ, the work done against this force is independent of the path followed. Does not depend on the path followed. It depends on the initial and final position. If work done against any force is independent of the path followed, then that type of force is called as conservative force. Coulomb's force is also a conservative force. So, in the next video, we will study how the medium will affect the force and how to represent or how to write Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay, thank you.